Well, Israel is intensifying its attack in Gaza City, killing at least 13 people and destroying 3 high-rise buildings over the weekend. A live look right now at the city where people are trying to evacuate and find safety from the Israeli offensive. And another live look from Jerusalem, where Secretary of State Marco Rubio will speak at a news conference after meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. We'll, of course, be keeping you updated on any developments there. Now, his visit comes on the heels of Israel's attack in Qatar that killed a Qatari security official and 5 members of Hamas. Arab and European officials reportedly now saying the strike makes ending the ongoing war in Gaza more of a challenge. Joining us now is former ambassador to Iraq and Turkey and former deputy national security advisor James Jeffrey. Wonderful to have you this morning, sir. We'll dive right in. So Secretary of State Marco Rubio, he said his mission now is determining what impact this strike is going to have on the efforts to get all the hostages back, get rid of Hamas, end this war. What is your read on what that impact may be?
Good morning, Kelly. Thanks for having me on. The impact will be assuaged to some degree, first, if Israel doesn't do the attack again. And secondly, that the Arab countries who are meeting today, they're furious about this because the plan was that Arab countries and Israel would move ever closer together under the Abraham Accords from Trump's first administration to form a united front against Iran and terrorist Islamic groups, relieving the pressure on the United States. So President Trump, to this end, wants to see a negotiated end to Gaza, and he is obviously very unhappy about the strike in Gaza. The first rule of not Gaza, in Doha, Qatar. The first rule of diplomacy is don't kill the people you're talking with. Now, the Hamas people probably will negotiate again, but we need to find some way forward with a ceasefire. That won't be easy, but the one thing that we know from experience is Israel can't kill every last Hamas member in Gaza. There has to be, at the end of the day, some kind of settlement. The Hamas people have to surrender, and they may or may not do so depending upon the conditions.
Yeah. At the same time, Rubio is now set to consult with Israeli officials about their coming military offensive in Gaza. He stopped short of saying whether or not the president supports it, only saying President Trump wants this war to end. What details will the two sides discuss, and what do you believe the message will be from the U.S. to Israel now?
One, do not strike Arab-friendly countries again. That's very clear. President Trump has made this clear. He met deliberately in New York with the Qatari prime minister, who's a lower-level official. This is unprecedented in order to show he's unhappy, and we voted for a UN resolution or a UN statement condemning generally the strike. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, talk with us before you do anything. We're your partner. We're your partner against Iran. We're your partner in the region. Don't surprise us. The third thing is move to get the hostages back. There's at least 20 still alive, we believe, and to get some kind of settlement that allows an outside force. Everybody's been working on this for years now, an outside force to take over in Gaza, keep Hamas out of power, let the Israelis withdraw. That's the president's plan. But watch this morning. I will bet that the person who will be with Marco Rubio will not be the prime minister. It will be the foreign minister, which will be a signal that not all is well in this conversation.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.